Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chico and Zeus here. I wanted to show you another one of my latest builds. This here is the SKS Paratrooper. It's based on the SKS carbine. This one's made in China by the Norinco factory. It's the Norinco Paratrooper. What makes it a Paratrooper model is that the barrel is 4 inches shorter than the carbine model. It also has a shorter bayonet and cleaning rod because of that. Everything's moved back. Front sight post is moved back. Bayonet's moved back. So it's a shorter model. Still a pretty heavy gun. But I want to show you this gun and also the accessories I've added onto this gun so that you can see what works on the Paratrooper SKS as well as regular SKSs. Let me start here. You can see that I have a folding stock on this. It's the Advanced Technologies ultralight folding stock. It's a great stock. I've used it on a lot of SKSs. I like the pistol grip on it. I have had problems on some of them with the lockup on the stock when it's extended. This one is actually really tight. I'm really happy with it. So let me go ahead and extend it out and show you what it looks like. It's got a locking button right here. That flips out. When it pops up, it's locked. Okay, on the stock back here, got a couple extra accessories, also Advanced Technologies. I got the ATI buttstock extension. It's a rubber butt pad that adds 1 more inch length of pull under the stock and also cushions you when you shoulder the weapon. Up here I've got the ATI raised cheek piece. Gives you a better cheek weld on the stock. That piece does not come with the ultralight folding stock. It usually comes with a Fiber Force Dragunov style stock that Advanced Technologies makes. But you can buy it as a separate piece and it does fit on the ATI ultralight folding stock. So I run it on a lot of my guns. The stock, other than that, is a quick drop-in replacement stock. Basically you pull the trigger assembly, lift the barrel in action out of the existing wooden stock, drop it into the Fiber Force stock or the ATI. This is the ultralight folding stock. It just drops right in, and you snap the trigger assembly back in, and it's good to go. Up front here, I have the handguard. The upper handguard is not ATI. This here is a Tapco upper handguard with Picatinny rail. The reason I put that on there is because the ATI handguard that comes with the kit just replaces the wooden handguard. So you have to remove the wooden handguard from your gas tube. And I was having problems with mine. It was being real stubborn. There's some pins you got to drive out, and I just couldn't get them. So instead of ruining the piece, because I do like to keep all my original parts in case I ever want to put the gun back into its original configuration, I just got the Tapco here. It replaces the entire handguard and gas tube. So, you know, it's a nice product. I like it. It's got a rail on top if you wanted to run a scout type scope or a red dot forward. You know, it's just nice to have. Okay, other things you can see up front here are the bayonet. It's a shortened spike bayonet. That's the only bayonet that'll fit on this gun. If you run the regular spike or the regular blade type bayonets, they'd come way back here, 4 or more inches. So those bayonets won't work. You have to get the spike bayonet for this gun. Also, the cleaning rod is shorter by 4 inches. So you have to make sure if you get a Paratrooper gun, it doesn't come with those accessories. You have to make sure you get Paratrooper accessories for it. So just one thing to be aware of. Okay, right here, let me go through this just so everyone can see. I got the magazine is in right now, but we're going to clear the weapon just to show that it's clear. Okay, mag's out. It does have rounds in it. Bolt's open right now. Nothing in the chamber. We can cycle the bolt. You can see the weapon's clear. The magazine is a USA magazine. It's a steel magazine. I prefer the USA mags over some of the other manufacturers. I just have had problems with some of the Zytel ones or polymer ones not feeding correctly or not going in easily enough. So I've been running all USA steel magazines, 30 round mag. It's a duckbill design. You got to lock and rock it in. One of the modifications I made to this gun, and I make it to all my SKSs, is it's called the bolt modification. If you look up on the internet, you can find out how to do it. But right now on an SKS, if you have a round in the chamber, or if the chamber's closed like this, it will not allow you to insert a fresh magazine with rounds in it. When you go to lock and rock it, that round right here will hit the bolt carrier and not allow it to go in. So what they do is on the internet they show you how to trim the bolt carrier on both sides with a Dremel or a mill, and you make the modification so that this will now lock in there. No problem with the bolt closed. So it's just called the bolt modification. If you look up on different SKS websites, you can find out how to do that. Okay, let me take that back out. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is the upper receiver cover rail. This is another mod I had to do. When I was looking for upper receiver covers, I wanted a railed one, obviously, so I could run an optic. Every one that you find on the internet, be it a single rail like this or the tri-rail mount, whatever it is, there's a square tube or rectangular tube between the receiver cover and the rail. That tube is there to allow you to still use your iron sights as backup. You can sight through that tube, see your sights, your backup irons, and the problem with that is that it puts your optic about 3/4 of an inch too high, so that any type of a cheek weld you get on the gun, you're not going to be able to utilize the optic. So I went on the internet to the SKSboards.com. There's a guy by the name of ProJoe198. If you go to SKSboards.com and look him up, ProJoe198, you'll see his modification that he detailed on there, and that's where I got the idea for this modification. Basically, he shows you how to cut that square tube out from between the receiver and the rail. You file everything down so that it's smooth and flat, and then you puddle weld the rail back onto the receiver. You know, I followed his instructions step by step. It took me about an hour to do the work. Might take you a little bit longer, but I'm pretty handy. I've got a metalworking background, so that's what I did. I'm very happy with it. It's rock solid. The optic was lowered by 3/4 of an inch, so it allows me to utilize the optic with my cheek weld, no problem. Speaking of the optic on here, I've got an, I don't know if it's an AIM or an NC Star red dot sight. It's got red and green and 4 different reticle options on it. Other than that, you know, it's been a great gun. This one I don't have a lot of rounds through. I've got quite a few SKSs, and this one I probably got maybe 200 rounds through. So let me show you the overall gun again, just so you can see it. And I'll show you the optic real quick here, just so you can see what this one looks like. Let's see if we go. Let's see if this is going to work. Alright, so there you can see a red dot optic. Let's zoom this in. Okay, and then also it does have multiple reticles. There's a dot, crosshair, circle, circle. There's a circle with a crosshair. Okay, you can also go different brightness levels and green. Same thing in green. You know, dot, crosshair, circle, circle. So just to show you guys, you know, some different options for optic. Alright, that's the SKS Paratrooper. Like I said, if you guys got any questions or comments, send them my way. I'll keep doing reviews. Talk to you later.